welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to cook a delicious okra sauce. So I'm starting by boiling the chicken separate. So I've bought a drumstick, and then I'm boiling it separate, but I'm seasoning it. So I've added onions, as you can see, and I'm adding black pepper now, and then I'm going to add all-purpose seasoning. I use the all-purpose seasoning for all of my cooking. It helps prevent me from cooking salt. So the all-purpose seasoning has everything in it, and once I use it, I don't need to use anything else unless I have, like, I want other flavor, like a garlic taste flavor. So I'm going to let it boil for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to prepare the pot for the okra sauce. So the pot is ready now, and I'm adding palm oil. So palm oil is an edible vegetable oil that comes from the fruit of a palm tree, and this oil is very popular in the West African tradition, and we use it a lot to cook with, especially our traditional dish. So you can get this from any African store or international store. So I'm letting the oil get very hot before I add everything. So that is the okra. So basically what I did, I just bought the okra from the store, and then I cut it in tiny pieces. Cutting it in tiny pieces makes it get cooked faster, and also it mashes as it cook. So what I just showed you was some onions that I also cut. So I'm adding the onions in, all of the little ingredients, I'm adding them in first, and then followed by the okra. So okra is a very rich vitamin. It has vitamin A and C, and it also has antioxidant, which can reduce your risk from having cancer, heart disease, stroke, and all of that bad stuff. So it's a very rich form of vegetable. So I'm not using a lot of seasoning. As you can see, I'm using two major seasoning, the black pepper and then the all-purpose seasoning. So I don't really like using a lot of seasoning, as you can tell. The all-purpose seasoning is called Vegeta. So that's what I use most of the time in all of my cooking. So I added the okra. I'm just going to stir it and mix it with the onions and then the seasoning that I have already put in a pot. I try not to use a lot of seasoning. In the African dish, we tend to use a lot of different type of seasoning, but for me, um, I'm quick to passing too much salt on my food. So for that reason, I play it the safe way and just use few less seasonings. So it's been 5 minutes now, and this is how it look. I did not add any water or nothing like that. So it's just the okra and the onions that I put in earlier. So it looks pretty good now, looks pretty promising cooking. And then what I'm going to add now is the broth from the chicken. So the water from the chicken that I boiled earlier is what I'm going to use, because the water is seasoned. It also has seasoning in it, and it just has a good taste. So I'm using that in place of a broth. So you guys can make your own broth. You don't have to buy the broth from the store. When you're cooking, you can boil your chicken, and then or beef or whatever protein that you have. You can also save that water, that broth, and cook it on something else. You can put it in a refrigerator if you're going to cook soon, or you can even freeze it for a later use. I'm stirring it really good now, and then I'm going to cover it up for about 15 minutes. I'm not covering the entire pot. I'm covering it almost close to covering the entire part. I'm doing it this way so that the water can dry faster. So it's been 15 minutes now. Boy, I know 15 minutes is really fast, right? So this is how it looks now in 15 minutes. Oh my goodness, it looks very good. Edible now, I can say. I'm stirring it now, and you can see, so the okra is pretty much just kind of like dissolving. I really don't need to, mash it in the pot. It's just dissolving on itself, and it just looks delicious now. So what I'm going to do now, next, is I'm going to add the chicken that I boiled. So what I did, I had boiled the chicken earlier, drained it from the water, use the water on the okra, and that's why the okra is boiling so nicely. And then now I'm adding the chicken, and I'm going to let it cook for 10 minutes. Let that okra sauce go inside of the chicken and make the chicken taste more delicious. So during the 10 minutes, I'm not going to cover the pot because I want the water to dry as quickly as possible. So I'm just stirring it, making sure the sauce goes into those chickens so that when I'm eating it, I can taste it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it open for 10 minutes, let it cook and let the water dry, and then I will come back and show you guys the final look. And I can't wait, guys, to eat this food. I can't wait to tear it up. It looks so good right now. And okra sauce I'm becoming a fan of okra sauce. I'm loving it the more and more I eat it. So this is it now. It has been cooked. Finito. The water is dry. I'm just showing you guys how it looks. I did not mash the okra. The okra just dissolved on itself, and it looks like the chicken, it has gone inside the chicken and cannot wait to be eating. So this is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you guys got some idea on how to make some okra sauce. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscription button below. Join the family and help my channel grow. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bon appetit!